Welcome back to another edition of Sounds Right Media. My name's Anthony.
And I'm Brian.
So today we have a video that is going to just blow your minds. You are going to be amazed, astonished, overwhelmed all at one time. And it's on a subject that we rarely cover on this channel, Sorrento Therapeutics.
Yes.
Brian, I hear so much about Sorrento, SRNE for the ticker symbol. But before we get into it, you know what time it is. Click the like button, smash the subscribe button, comment down below if you like the video, share it, and turn on the post notifications so you always get an update with our newest video. In the green corner, you have a 37-year professional stock trader that goes by the name of Brian B-Dog for short. He's got a lot of experience, he makes a lot of people money, and he's here to give all of his knowledge to you, Brian.
And in the red corner, we have Anthony. Very little knowledge, but he's learning. He's a newbie because I'm teaching him everything he needs to know to be a winner.
We are going to talk, as I previously mentioned, about Sorrento Therapeutics, SRNE. And there are a lot of mixed feelings on Sorrento, many positive feelings about Sorrento, but then you have this tiny little fraction of people that just want to follow people around and bash the idea that Sorrento is a good company and the stock price will go up. And today, we are going to be talking to the naysayers, the haters, the bashers, the stock twit analyzing out there.
Yes.
We're here for you today. We're here for you.
So for those of you that think Sorrento is just another beaten down piece of biotech, clinical stage biotech company, and read off exactly what these guys do and what they're into.
Sorrento is a clinical stage antibody-centric biopharmaceutical company developing new therapies to treat cancers and COVID-19. Sorrento's multi-pronged approach to fighting cancer is made possible by its extensive immuno-oncology platforms, including key assets such as fully human antibodies, GMAB library, clinical stage immunocellular therapies, antibody drug conjugates, and clinical stage oncolytic virus. Sorrento is also developing potential antiviral therapies and vaccines against coronaviruses, including Covi-Guard, Covi-AMG, Covi-Shield, GeneMab, Covi-MSC, and Covi-Drops, and diagnostic test solutions including Covi-Track, Covi-Stix, and Covi-Trace.
So this is just part of what they have. So the naysayers out there, when you say they've got nothing, what do you have to say about that? So, Anth, first I want to say, you know what, Dr. G, yeah, we've talked before. He can be a little bit hype-ish and, you know, fine.
Absolutely.
And he probably shouldn't have been that way. So we can acknowledge that there. But I think now he's kind of growing up a little bit, or he's got some more adults in the room because, as you notice, there's not the hype coming out of Sorrento anymore. And maybe it's because things are starting really to come together. But look, here's the bottom line. Everyone says, you know, they're burning cash, they've got dilution because they're doing more offerings and things of this nature. But this is the nature of a clinical stage biotech company. You also hear the pushback, well, they don't have anything that's coming to market yet. That's the way it is when you're a clinical stage biotech company.
So as many of you who follow SRNE already know, the price took a major hit over the past couple months. And lately we've been seeing a lot of good action on SRNE. And Brian, a lot of that can be attributed to some of these approvals that we're looking forward to. Maybe go through what we just heard.
Let's just take a look here over the last, say, 3.5 to 4 weeks. Some of the news items that has come out. They reported initial results in dosing of first Enbrel non-responding rheumatoid arthritis patient with the Sofusa drug delivery device.
So Brian, from when I read the article, it seemed like there was going to be less quantities or less doses, which is a great thing.
And you know what? That is really impressive. And I'll tell you what, the other part of that article that I took away that was pretty big was the first patient, and it's only been one patient right now to this point, but the first patient had 3 metrics improve from 29 to 45%.
Wow.
And this here is a huge number. And the best thing out of it, all of this here is there were no adverse events that occurred from this.
That's big.
From this therapy.
Yeah, that's huge.
May 20th, 2 stories come out. The second story is they come out with approval from the Brazilian regulatory agency saying they could proceed with phase 2 pivotal clinical trial of Covi-MSC. Now, that there is from patients that are suffering from COVID-19 and having acute respiratory distress syndrome. Now, let's not forget, a while back, they had 10 patients in a study, phase 1B study in California, UC Fresno, where 10 patients, all who required oxygen, were treated with the stem cell, and none of them had adverse effects. And all of them came out after the 3rd treatment of these stem cells, and it was in a matter of a handful of days, they all left. So because of this here, this helped secure phase 2 in Brazil.
Brian, that sounds awesome. What else is coming up?
Well, Anth, June 2nd, May 20th, June 2nd, Covi-Stix. This is the big thing that everyone's been waiting for to be approved in the United States. Guess where it got approved? Mexico. Covi-Stix was approved in Mexico. It outperformed among the test list for both sensitivity and specificity as reported by the independent government testing laboratory in Mexico. The argument is going to now be, if Mexico approves this here, when is the U.S. FDA going to approve it? And with this here approval in Mexico, it sounds like they're going to be rolling this out here in the next couple of weeks. And that actually may be starting next week. And along with that, guess what comes? You've got cash flow. So now I think you're not going to have to worry about any more dilution anymore.
So it sounds like there's a lot of things happening with Sorrento Therapeutics.
Yes.
That's going to be hard to keep bashing this stock.
Yes.
It sounds like we got a lot of positives coming. And guess what? It doesn't end there. Brian, what else do you have for us?
So, Anth, we have a May 20th, we have a June 2nd, now we have a June 4th. Sorrento signs research collaboration agreement with researchers at what's considered the premier institute in Sweden, the Karolinska Institute. This collaboration is aimed at producing novel cell-based therapeutics using natural killer cells derived from induced pluripotent stem cells. This shows the confidence that all of these institutions around the world have, because guess what? They're going to SRNE, Sorrento Therapeutics. This company is going global.
I just keep hearing positive things, but yet I still hear these naysayers in my head telling me SRNE's a BS company. But it doesn't stop there. Brian, what else?
They completed acquisition of ACEA Therapeutics, and they are creating a major franchise in the oncology business, and it just doesn't stop there, does it? The naysayers can continue to be naysayers, but you know what? At some point, they're going to have to jump on board.
Or jump off the ship. Get out of here. We don't want you on the SRNE boat, baby. We're taking this boat to the moon.
Yes.
It's going to be a flying boat.
Yes, it is.
Is there more?
Yes, Anth. We got 3 more quick hitters that we're going to do here. June 8th, they were granted patent on antigen binding proteins that bind PD-L1. We also have June 11th, announced another research collaboration with one of the most prestigious places around, the Mayo Clinic here. Again, this here though is back to our first talking point for the studies using the Sofusa lymphatic drug delivery system technology across multiple product indications. And there's many uses for this technology. So, they're attracting so many different places around the world, so many different pharma companies, that it just doesn't stop for this company.
And this brings us to the current time, which is the recording of this video, which is Saturday, June 12th. This story is brand new, aftermarket. This came out on Friday. Brian, perhaps the biggest bombshell of them all. What do you got for us?
Well, Ant, you're really excited. Listen, I'm fired up about this one here as well. I mean, I'm fired up on all of them, but here's one. They announced that the Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, which is United Kingdom, has cleared Sorrento's Covi drops. It's not Covi-Stix, but it's another one in the pipeline, Covi drops. They've now secured that for phase 2 efficacy trial, and the results of this phase 2 trial in the UK, if it goes positive in a favorable way, which I believe it's going to, then you'll have US and Mexico both having favorable results. And this here should demonstrate that Covi drops is both safe, efficacy is solid on it, and you're gonna then find them per Sorrento saying they're gonna come out and apply for emergency use authorization in US, India, UK, Mexico, and the European Union, as well as other territories. And because of this,
national, baby.
Yeah, and because of this announcement, the stock has traded up 40 to 50 cents here in after hours trading around 9.25 to 9.30 last time we looked at it.
And boom, there's your chart for SRNE. Brian, predict the future. What do you got?
Well, Ant, I can't predict the future. I guess here's the biggest thing that I think we both want to convey, that we've said for a long time. We are bullish Sorrento Therapeutics for the long term. No, I'm not going to tell someone to go out and buy right here on the charts because look, it's already bounced up. You know, several weeks ago it was trading in the low sixes. Now we're up into the upper eights. After hours, we're now trading in the low nines. The biggest thing I want to say is I'm a bull on this company. Ant, you're a bull on this company.
Absolutely.
If you like the stock, I'm not worrying about the chart pattern on it. I love the fundamentals of what this company is doing and where they're headed. So the only thing I can say is, yes, you do have an uptrend now that you are creating here. You have overhead resistance around the 940 area, which is a 100-day moving average. You close right around the 200-day moving average. You can see resistance levels, 940 100-day. Then you've got 1180, which is this area of resistance right in through here on the charts. And then you've got a gap right in through here at the 1282, a closing price gap. If you want to be a buyer of this stock, you always have to buy weakness. I'm not going to tell you to go out and run and buy the stock now. The pattern looks good. It looks constructive. The short interest has come down from over 30% here months ago. It's now down to 18%. So obviously you've got people in there starting to cover their shorts. And we actually had, and I don't recall what institution, but here over the last week or so, I believe you had an institution raise their target before some of these news stories that have come out went from 25 to 30 with a year-end price target. Is it going to get there? We don't know. But what I can tell you is this. These guys, Dr. G and the whole Sorrento team, they're putting themselves in a position to become a major biotech player. And I think this stock has a ton of upside. I think it's got limited downside. I'm a long-term bull. I love this company. I'm looking for significantly higher prices in the fullness of time.
And I think something that does get misconstrued in the videos, and I don't know how because we're often very clear with this, we are long-term on this company. I see so many comments in the comment section. It's like, oh, it's at this price now. Yeah. We're like, yeah, you know what? We're waiting for a year. We're sitting for a while on this company, 6 months. I mean, depending on what happens with it, obviously anything can change.
Yes, absolutely.
But our outlook on this right now is long-term.
And for the handful of people that want to always put, well, you know, you talked about it when it was 10, and now it's back at 6. You know, and anyone who bought it there, you know, you're down 40%. Great call, guys. Listen, we're always going to give you a technical picture outlook on the stock. That doesn't mean we're telling you to go out and buy it. What we're simply conveying is what the technical picture looks like when we're doing the video. We always say, if you love a company from a fundamental perspective, you got to buy it when it's on the downswing, when nobody wants it.
So let's wrap up this video. Let's tie a little bow on it and give it to you as a present.
He likes that bow.
We are gifting you this amazing knowledge on SRNE Sorrento Therapeutics. I'm going to give you my final overview, and then I'm going to let Brian. My analysis of this stock is I absolutely love it. I'm here for the long-term hold. Brian, what do you think?
And equally as quick, I'm extremely bullish this company. I'm looking for higher prices this week here. It's not going to surprise me to see this push above 10, maybe even higher. We get some positive news, more positive news coming out, and it wouldn't surprise me. I'll tell you what, let me make a prediction here. If the FDA approves Covi-Stix here in the United States, I'm going to tell you this stock here is going to 15 to 20, and it's going to happen real quick if we get that approval. But other than that, I love it for the long term. We've been preaching this here for 6 months here. Significantly higher in the fullness of time.
So there you have it. That's our video, guys. We hope that you enjoyed the content. Click the subscribe button, smash the like button, comment down below.
Yes.
If you want to talk to us, we're always in the comments section. Turn that post notifications on. Share the video if you can. We appreciate you watching the video.
And if you want to go after us, that's okay too.
And we'll see you next time. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Brian.